Hey everybody, Big J, Anderson Mountain View Farms. Welcome back. Got TV on the camera, say hey.
Hey.
Got Lil here with me.
Hi.
Now, this is part 2 of our special episode, harvesting tomatoes in the heavy flood and all the stuff that's going on. So Lil, what's our next step?
Well, we're laying out the tomatoes, which is what we talked about in our last special episode. Big J, take it over.
Okay, so we're laying them out, right? Now we are definitely very pleased with what we've got so far. She's going to be putting out some newspaper for these tomatoes. They're kind of wet, so we may have to kind of wipe them off. But before I get into these, let's look at some of these beauties right here. I mean, we have got some nice big red tomatoes. Better boy, they're much more resistant to some of the bottom rot with the heavy rain. That's why I switched to this variety. Also, they're indeterminate, so that they are able to recover from all of the heavy flooding, I think, better than some of the other varieties. So you can see some that we've already laid out before. They were almost green or very yellow, and they're starting to turn good colors. You can see these. These are still, this is probably going to be a few days. And that's pretty much how we do it. We lay these out. We process. If you get some that go bad, then you have to kind of deal with it. If we see some that are kind of iffy, we'll put those up to the front, kind of monitor them. You don't want to get a lot of spillage and leakage from a bad tomato. If you get some that end up being a little bit more rotted, then you have to kind of deal with it. But you can see these, just like the one that she's wiping off here. It's a great tomato. Started to turn a little bit yellow. Doesn't have any rot. Should do this pretty good. Some people, they put them on their back porch, some kind of covered area. We have a lot of squirrels, chipmunks, that kind of thing. So I kind of like to put them in here, climate control it. I can kind of keep tabs on them. I can bring them out whenever I want, but they look good. We've done well with them, and so we hope to really be able to salvage these through this process. Now, Lil, how about you taste one? Yeah, they are delicious. That's why everybody loves homegrown tomatoes. You just can't get them in the store. Now, what we also want to do here is not get them too close, but they can touch some. That's not a big problem, but you really got to monitor in case there's any kind of rot issues. That's what you're kind of afraid of. And we do kind of separate them between darker, lighter, to kind of separate them out. Now, one thing that I do want to mention real quick, and I'll get into another special about this later on, this is our delicious peach preserves that we've made in the past week. They are great, and we hope to get these on the market soon. When we get back to the farmer's market, then we'll talk more about these later. But I hope you enjoyed this special episode. Hopefully, I hope you to kind of get through this whole process. Right now, we've probably got a good 5-gallon downstairs that are ready to get processed. They're in the refrigerator to kind of stop any kind of cell growth. We'll be processing those. We've already picked probably another bucket on top of that or so. Been eating a lot of fresh ones, a lot of delicious tomato sandwiches, chop them up, put them in stir fries. So it's been a great tomato year. Maybe not as bumper as we thought we might have got initially, but still a good recovery. Hope that we can kind of continue that. And gardening is a lot about adaptation, adjustment. Something happens, what do? Stay on top of it, especially for something like tomatoes. Now, one thing about this bucket I want to say lastly is that you don't want to leave them in the bucket too long. You can let them dry out a little bit, but tomatoes are very thin-skinned. They'll get bruised easy. They're not a heavy-duty vegetable like squash or zucchini or something like that. So if you leave them in there too long in a big bucket, they're going to want to start to bruise the bottom tomatoes. So that's something you don't want to keep in there too long. Now, I do want to give a quick word about on our website, AndersonMountainViewFarms.com. Started to kind of arrange the library of stuff by series. So still kind of developing that, so you can go back, look at some old stuff, refer people to a certain series of episodes, whatever's going on. So hopefully that'll kind of help you long term to use that. Lastly, hope you've been enjoying the music week this week. It's a lot of great videos. Been a great delight. Love to hear everybody play or sing or whatever their gift or talent is. Got several more episodes of that coming up, and hope you enjoy it. Again, AndersonMountainViewFarms.com. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Be blessed. We'll see you next time.